Hello students, a very good afternoon. Welcome back to this video lecture series on data representation. Now in today's session we shall learn how to convert the fractional number into its equivalent binary. To convert a fractional part, instead of dividing the number by 2, we need to multiply it by 2 in such a way that at least after few multiplication or few products, we need to get the 1 as the integer. So until then we need to keep on multiplying the fractional part by 2. Now let us quickly solve one more integral example on conversion of the decimal number into its equivalent binary. So the given number is convert 28 to the base 10 to binary. Now what does the procedure say? The procedure says that we need to divide the number by 2, the base of the binary number, which is 2, and write down the remainders at the side and consider all the remainders from most significant bit to least significant bit, that is from bottom to top. So 28 divided by 2. 2 how many times is 28? 2 14 times is 28. It completely gets divided. So remainder is 0. 2 times 7 is 14. The remainder is 0. 2 3s is 6. 1 is the remainder. 2 1s are 2. 1 is the remainder. So you need to consider for the remainders from bottom to top. So hence the 28 binary equivalent will be 11100 to the base 2. This procedure is followed when we have a whole number to convert. But if you have a fractional part, then what is the procedure to be followed to convert the number? Now say for example, the same example, what I'll do is, I'll write the example as 28.25 to the base 10 to some number in binary. Now see, I can write 28.25 as 28.0 plus 0.25, is it not? So I have separated the integral part and the fractional part. So it can be written as 28 plus 0.25. Now 28 we already have it as 11100. But is the binary equivalent complete? No, because still you have the fractional part which is left out, which needs to be converted to binary. So how is that converted? So like I said, instead of dividing this number by 2, we need to multiply the fractional part by 2 in such a way that after multiple products, we get 1 as the integer. Until then, we need to go on multiplying. Now when I say multiplying, let us keep this apart. So the 28 is, binary equivalent 28 is 11100. Now 0.25, which is 0.25, multiply this by 2. What is 0.25 into 2? It is 0.50 or 0.5. Now what is the integral remainder you are left out with? Integral remainder means any number which is after the decimal point when you go from right to left. So this is the decimal point. The number left to the decimal point is 0. So that is the integral remainder. So keep this apart. So you have 0. Alright. Next. Now multiply only the fractional part by 2. 0.50 into 2, which is, what is 0.5 into 2? 1.00. Now what is the integral remainder in this particular digit? It is 1. Keep this 1 apart. Now even after you multiply 0 into 2, it will be 0 only. So meaning is, we need to stop the multiplication once we get 1.00 as your product. Until then we need to go on multiplying. Now you can see the remainders are either 0 and 1. Now how to write the remainders? So when it comes to integral part, we have considered the remainders from bottom to top, that is from most significant bit to least significant bit. But when it comes to fractional part, we need to go from top to bottom. We need to go from the top to bottom. No doubt this is also a most significant bit, this is the least significant bit. But while considering the decimal numbers, decimal equivalents of binary numbers, we need to go from top to bottom. So what is the remainders from top to bottom? It is 0 and 1. So the binary equivalent of 0.25 is 0.01. How 01? because the first remainder is 0, the second remainder is 1. So after decimal point, we need to first write the first remainder 0, then comes to 1. So the total binary equivalent of 28.25 is, 28 is this 11100, 0.25 is 0, 1 to the base 2. So I hope it is clear. So let me solve one more example. See, sometimes the remainders will not get terminated. In the sense, you don't come to an end while writing the fractional remainders. In such cases, if you write at least 4 or 5 remainders after the decimal places, it is more than sufficient. So what I'll do is, I'll write 16.025 to the base 10. So you need to convert this decimal number into its equivalent binary. So how can that be done? We already know how 16 can be done. It is divide the number by 2. This is the integral part. So 2 times 8 is 16, 0. 2 4s are 8, 0. 2 2s are 4, 0. 2 1s are 2, 0. So the binary equivalent of 16 is 1 and 4 zeros to the base 2. Okay. Now this is nothing but 16.00 plus 0.025. Is it not? We have separated the integral part and the fractional part. Now it's time to convert the fractional part into its equivalent binary, which is 0.025 into 2. What is 0.025? It is 0.05. What is the remainder, integral remainder? It is 0. Next, 0.05 into 2, which is 0.10. What is the remainder, integral remainder? Again 0. Next, 0.10 into 2, which is 0.20. Again the remainder is 0. Similarly, 0.20 into 2, 0.40, which is remember 0.40, 0. 0.40 into 2, 0.80. Again the remainder is 0. Next, 0.80 into 2 is 1.60. Is it not? 0.80 is 1.60. What is the integral remainder here? 1. Now when you go for the next multiplication, instead of multiplying 1.60, we are supposed to multiply only the fractional part, which is 0.60 into 2. Now what is 0.60 into 2? Again it is 1.20, which is 1. Now if you take this again 0.20 into 2, again you will come back here it will. Is it not? Again 0.20 into 2 is 0.4, 0.4 into 2 is 0.8, then 0.8 into 2 is 1.6, again it continues. There is no end to this particular product. So in such cases, we call them as recurring remainders. Recurring remainders mean the sense, remainders which go on occurring again and again. So in such cases, if you consider only the first 5 or first 6, until whenever 1 is reached, you are supposed to write those remainders. So finally, the decimal binary equivalent of 16.0.25 is, 16 is 1 and 4 zeros, 0.000. We need to consider from top to bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1 to the base 2. It's more than enough. So this is how you are supposed to convert the integral part and the fractional part of a decimal number into its equivalent binary number. So I hope it is clear. So in the next session, I am going to tell you the procedure to convert the binary number into its equivalent decimal. Now we are done with decimal number into binary. Now let us learn how to convert the binary, the same binary number into its equivalent decimal. All right. So that's it from my side. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.